Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. This is Miss Tarot, and we have a very general reading for you today. What I want you to do is think of a question, some sort of question or something you've been thinking about that you need clarity on, and just take a second to kind of like focus on that question, and then hopefully what we're going to do is answer it. Okay, so this will be a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone, but if this happens to resonate with you, fabulous. Okay, so sorry that it's not a pick a card reading, but I just felt compelled to do a very general, basic answer to my question type reading. And today we are going to use the Baroque Tarot deck. I love this deck. And we'll probably get a little bit of oracle messages. I haven't really decided. This is kind of like a go with the flow type thing. Let's just see what comes out, okay? So, what messages do you have for my viewers that have a question? What kind of answers do you have? Okay, are you coming? There we go. I love that most of these came down, like face down. Okay, which I find to be interesting because they usually flop all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an oracle card. I decided, see, I'm just flying. Just give me one. That'd be fabulous. Let's use the Moonology Oracle deck. Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. I just needed to wait for that one card. Okay, so it's time to release negativity, and that's hilarious. Not funny that you have to release negativity if you're going through something, but the fact that we have the Five of Swords here, and the Five of Swords does suggest negativity either currently or moving into your past. The Five of Swords is a little bit of a battle. It is one of those kind of conflictual cards that you're not always super crazy to see in a reading, but it does look like if there is a question that you're burning about, maybe saying like, how do I get through this, or how do I leave this in the past, or how do I leave this conflict behind, here's what we're gonna take a look at. Okay, and it is interesting that we have the Page of Swords coming out on the other side of this card as well, in terms of being able to recognize the issue at hand and being self-aware enough to be able to know that it's in your best interest to move and leave whatever this conflict is behind. So let's see what else we got. Okay, we have the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Well, yeah, I don't know. Just want to make sure it's all in the frame. The Ace of Wands, lovely. The Seven of Wands. We are in a lot of wand energy right now, but that's good. That's action. We have the Eight of Cups, obviously, and we have the Three of Swords. And I'm not surprised that came out. That is a little bit of heartbreak. That is major disappointment. And with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups, I do think that there's obviously something that you are really going to have to leave in the past, and kind of recognize that certain aspects of this person or this situation is not suited for you. And I think you know it, because with the Four of Cups here, this person is being offered a cup, obviously, out of the little cloud here, but he doesn't want it. It doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. He's not interested. He's a little bit more focused on what's going on over here. So this particular offering that he's receiving he's just kind of meh about. He's might be seeing it for what it is. And with the Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Seven of Wands here, I think that there's quite a bit of battle that you might be going through right now. There might be a little bit of battle energy in terms of standing your ground And standing your ground is actually exactly what this gentleman is doing in this Seven of Wands picture right now. But he has the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands in front of him, which he knows exactly what he's standing for. He knows exactly what he's going to do. His actions are set. His intentions are set. And he's going to battle it no matter how many people come at him and try to dissuade him from doing what he's doing. The offering is definitely going to be something that some people are not going to understand why you're turning this down or why you might be suspicious of whatever is coming towards you, but you know your gut. And because of what you have gone through in terms of the Five of Swords, all this negativity, especially with the Three of Swords, I think you are in a really good position to see things for what they are and be able to just say, nah, I'm going to pass on that. That's a hard pass. Okay. So let's see what else messages we have. Okay. Yeah. Moving into okay. I dropped one. Moving into calm waters with this. The Six of Swords, the King of Swords. Wow, this is a lot of strong mental energy. I love it. So what's in store? All right, big change. This is beautiful. You've made a good determination, I have to say. So the Six of Swords, if I could just not stumble over my words for 5 minutes. The Six of Swords is leaving the past and leaving that mental anguish in the background. So you've already made a conscious decision that you know that that's not for you. And you are taking those active steps with the wands to get this into your past. And that's absolutely wonderful. Nobody says that you need to forget what happened. In fact, I feel like you're being encouraged to not forget what happened. But it's definitely going to serve you if you release the negativity in terms of just cleansing yourself of that energy. It's kind of like, there's this really cool saying, and I can't remember where it's from, but it says, like, you know, holding on to the negativity is like drinking poison, but expecting the other person to die. It's not serving you to hold all that toxic poison inside you when it's really you who had obviously the wrongdoing done to you, and you hanging on to that with whatever behavior or whatever actions that happened in this most recent past. There is a karmic cycle. Whoever has harmed you or whatever situation is going to get its comeuppance, I guess you would want to call it, but it's not serving you to hang on to that negativity, obviously, right? So then we have the King of Swords here, and he is somebody who's very focused and driven and in control of his intellect. He can also be very cold, and I kind of think that is the best part that could serve you right now, is being able to turn off that emotional tie that you have with whatever the situation is and see it for what it is. Receive that clarity and see that it is pretty much full of crap. And you've made that conscious decision to move forward because you know your own self. You know that you want to be in a safe, better place when it comes to this situation. And that's why we have the Death card here. There is a major change and end of a cycle that is coming from this. So then we, of course, have the 10 of Pentacles. So this could actually, for some of you, be a work-related issue right now, because pentacles are usually about our careers, our home environments, our stability, our structures, and that sort of thing. Structure within our life, I mean. There might be an end of a cycle that has been really kind of coming into focus because you have this soul determination now to just end it. You have fought enough. You've stood your ground, and you're going to let everything just go by the wayside. It's not worth your time and your energy anymore. And this is going to bring you into a much better headspace in terms of your stability and your kind of overall self-esteem, your self-worth, everything like that. So being able to just cleanse and purge yourself of this absolute crap negativity that is affecting you right now is really kind of the main message that I'm seeing here. So for those of you who asked a question about how to get over something or what's in store with this conflict or this particular issue, this is kind of the trajectory that you're on. And I think that most of you kind of know that this is the work that needs to be done, but you haven't possibly taken it into full action yet. And if you have, and you're just feeling absolutely just tired from this never-ending battle, just know that there is an end in sight, and at the end of this road, there's going to be a nice, big, pretty rainbow, right? Okay, so let's see if I can get you just a couple more, I don't know, I want to say like words of encouragement from your angels. And for that, we're going to use the Angel Number Messages deck, and I am going to also use my Cupid's Oracle deck because those always give me like angel messages vibes as well. Just, you know, it could be your higher self. Usually I think with the Cupid's Oracle, it's your higher self, your loving self taking care of you that wants to give you that message. All right, 5, I'm adaptable. Awesome. So what we got here, it says, I am adaptable. Flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. So that is a piece of advice from your spirit guides who have absolutely got your back and want you to be focused on being adaptable. This curveball, you're going to knock it out of the park. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, I swear. Shuffling. All right. So, higher self, what are you want to say to your person? Okay, here we go. God, really? We got 2, but that's awesome. All right, back. Hold still. I'm trying to put this away before it doesn't fly all over the place. Since one flipped and the other one kind of popped in my lap, we have soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. And we have awakening, a realization, a shift, or a discovery. So, you know, for some of you, I know that we talked about this potentially being like a work conflict, but because Pentacles are about the home and, you know, the dynamic of your stability at home, that could also be your relationships. So if you are absolutely leaving something, a relationship behind in the past that is not serving you, and you've made that difficult decision to just vacate the situation, and you might be just kind of on a bad run and just being like, why do I keep picking the wrong person? Why do I keep like getting into these circumstances and not meeting my soulmate? Maybe that was your question. When am I going to meet your soulmate? The divine is going to provide you with this when you're ready. So, you know, these challenges, you have to think of it kind of like, you know, one of those people that kind of forges swords, a forge person. You know, they have to dip the sword and the steel in the fire over and over and over again until it hammers it out, until it's perfect and just ready, right? So think of yourself like that. You are being forged with these type of challenges to become stronger and the person you've meant to be in order to meet the person that you're meant to be. And a soulmate doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be, well, it is a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic is what I mean to say. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be somebody who you have a deep soulful connection with in this life. But either way, there is a significant awakening on the horizon for you. You're asking, your spirit guides are asking you to be adaptable in this, and you will see, they're with you to see this through to the end. Okay. So hopefully this reading resonated with you. This was a little specific for some people. So if it did, give me a like and possibly a subscribe if you're new to this, but I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I will see you at your next reading. Bye. Take care.